Example, this. Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
So so then what is a dilutive security?
That is the perfect question to bring us home.
It really ties everything we've been talking about together.
A dilutive security is basically anything that can be turned into common stock.
Think of them as potential shares just waiting in the wings.
Exactly. Things like the convertible bonds or the warrants we spent time on,
Plus stock options, stock rights, and even convertible preferred stock.
they are called dilutive because they have the power to reduce earnings per share.
Right, because they increase the number of shares without increasing the profit.
It is like dividing the same pizza among more people.
So when we do that, yep, go on.
So why would a complex capital structure not include non-convertible preferred stock? Or
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
sorry, why would a complex capital structure include non-convertible preferred stock?
Oh, that is a great clarification question.
It really hits on the definition of what makes a capital structure complex.
So, okay, let's unpack this. Non-convertible preferred stock is actually the odd one out.
Precisely. A complex structure is defined by securities that have the potential to dilute common stock.
Since non-convertible preferred stock can't ever become common stock, it doesn't have that dilutive power.
Exactly. It's like having a guest who will never ever want a slice of your pizza.
Right, they don't affect the denominator of our earnings per share because the share count won't change.
So even though it's a special type of stock, it keeps the capital structure simple.
Whereas warrants and convertible bonds make it complex because they represent potential future owners.
What's fascinating here is, oh yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, so it's complex when there are convertible stock.
Oh, go for it.
And this convertible stock is a dilutive security. So you could dilute earnings per share.
Bingo, you've got the logic perfectly.
It's exactly right. If it can turn into common stock, it's a dilutive security.
Whether it's convertible bonds or that convertible preferred stock, they're all potential common shares.
What's fascinating here is how we track those potential shares.
We have to use
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And what is the method that considers the dilutive effect of convertible securities in calculation of EPS?
I love that you're digging into the specific methods for those calculations.
You're thinking of what we call the if converted method.
Okay, let's unpack this. It is basically playing a game of what if.
Precisely. We assume the conversion happened at the very start of the year.
So we pretend those bonds.
Oh, go for it.
So if converted is assuming that it will be converted, and then they'll consider the dilutive effects of that convertible stock as securities on the calculation EPS.
Exactly, you've got it. We act like the conversion already happened. Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So then this convertible bonds. Uh, what are convertible bonds?
Hey, yeah, what's up?
What are convertible bonds? Like, are convertible bonds, can you convert bonds to stock, common stock?
Side on, and when you say commentary, I bet you mean common stock.
Exactly. A convertible bond is basically a loan that has a special hidden superpower.
It is a bond where the holder can swap the debt for a fixed number of shares.
This makes them a dilutive security, just like those warrants we were talking about earlier.
So using that if converted method, we assume that swap happened on the very first day.
Since we pretend they converted, the company officially stops paying interest on those bonds.
This is where we play the
Ah, yeah, uh-huh.
So what's the difference between the basic and diluted earnings per share?
That is the million-dollar question that every single investor needs to understand.
It really is. Basic earnings per share is the right now reality for the company.
Right. It only counts the common shares that are actually out in the world today.
But diluted earnings per share, that is the what if or the worst case scenario.
Exactly. It assumes every single dilutive security we talked about has been turned into stock.
All those warrants, options, and convertible bonds are assumed to be common shares.
So the profit pie gets sliced into much smaller pieces for everyone involved.
This gives investors. Oh yeah, go on.
So what about anti-dilutive securities? What are those?
Oh, I love that you caught that. You are thinking about antidilutive securities.
I bet your autocorrect turned antidilutive into antiderivatives, but you are right on track.
Antidilutive is essentially the total opposite of what we have been discussing.
So instead of making the earnings per share smaller, they actually make it look better.
Exactly. If converting a bond increases ETS or decreases a loss, it is antidilutive.
Okay, let's unpack why we do not just include those better numbers.
It is because diluted earnings per share is meant to be a conservative warning.
Right, we want to show the worst case scenario. Oh, yeah,
Wait, so what is anti-dilutive security?
Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Because a dilutive security would increase, like if it is converted, it would increase the EPS.
Actually, it is the other way around.
Right, dilutive makes the earnings smaller, like watering down a drink.
Exactly.
Yep, go on.
So an anti-dilutive security decreases the amount of shares? How does that make sense?
Actually, it's a little counterintuitive, but it doesn't actually decrease the number of shares.
Right. Any conversion or exercise will always add more shares to that denominator.
But remember, if it's a bond or preferred stock, we also stop paying interest or dividends.
Precisely. So an antidilutive security is when that savings boost is bigger than the share increase.
It's like adding 2 people to a pizza party, but they bring 3 whole pizzas with them.
Exactly. Everyone actually ends up with more pizza than they started with.
So in that case, the earnings per share or the pizza per person. Oh, yeah.
Wait, so anti-dilutive still increases the number of shares?
Yes, exactly. You have got the mechanics perfectly.
Precisely. Anytime you convert a bond or warrant, you are adding to the share count.
So the denominator in our fraction always goes up.
But the word dilutive specifically refers to what happens to the final result.
Right. It is about whether that extra share count waters down the profit.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So like convertible securities aren't necessarily dilutive. Like they might be anti-dilutive.
You have absolutely hit on the key distinction there.
Yeah, it is not an automatic label. It is more like a math test.
Exactly. Just because a security is convertible doesn't mean it will always be dilutive.
So, okay, let's unpack how we actually tell the difference in the real world.
We compare the incremental effect of that security to the basic earnings by share.
Right. We look at the savings from the conversion divided by the new shares.
If that specific number is higher than the basic EPS,
Oh, go for it.
So what is the treasury stock method?
Well, that is a perfect question to bridge our talk about options and earnings.
it really is. While we use if converted for bonds, options, and warrants, use the treasury stock method.
Okay, let's unpack this. It is another what-if game, but with a twist.
We assume the options are exercised and the company gets a pile of cash.
But then the company takes that hypothetical cash and immediately buys back its own shares.
Right. They buy them at the average market price to see how many they can cancel out.
So if they issue more shares than they can buy back, the leftovers dilute the earnings.
Exactly. This happens if the exercise price is lower than the average market price.
But if the exercise price is higher, the company would actually end up with fewer shares.
That is where we loop back to that math test we were. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So like this would be only useful for like stock warrants, as in like when the stock warrants get exercised.
Oh, go for it.
When the stock warrants get exercised, they'll receive cash for the purchase of that stock at stock.
Oh yeah, let's hear
They'll
it.
get cash for the exercise of the cash at the strike price, but there's with the treasury stock method, they're assuming that right afterwards the company's going to buy back the stock as treasury stock.
You nailed it. It's all a hypothetical what-if scenario for the sake of the math.
Exactly. The company doesn't actually have to go out and buy those shares back.
We just assume they do to see the net impact on the total share count.
This assumption actually protects.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
Wait, what's the difference between stock options and warrants? Is stock options like compensation for like vesting?
You've really zeroed in on the core practical difference between these two.
Yeah, you're right on the money with that vesting connection.
While they both give the right to buy stock, their purpose is very different.
Okay, let's unpack this. Stock options are almost always about employee compensation.
Exactly. They're tied to that vesting or service periods we talked about earlier.
It's the company's way of saying, stay with us and you'll earn this right.
Warrants, on the other hand, are usually a tool for corporate financing.
Right, they're the sweetener bundled with bonds to get a better interest rate.
Warrants don't typically have a service period, they're just a part of the deal.
So one is a paycheck for labor and the other is a bonus for lending money.
Precisely. But for our earnings per share math, we treat them very similarly.
Because both of them.
Ah, yeah, uh-huh.
But why would stock options be anti-dilutive? Like why would that ever happen?
That is a brilliant question that really digs into the logic of the math.
Yeah, why would a potential share ever make things look better instead of worse?
It happens when the exercise price is higher than the current market price of the stock.
Okay, let's unpack this with a quick example to make it real.
Imagine your option lets you buy a share for $50.
But right now, out in the open market, that same share only costs $40.
In the real world, you would never use that option to buy at 50.
Right, you just go buy it for 40 and save 10 bucks.
But for our what-if mass, we assume you do exercise that $50 option.
So the company gets $50 in cash from you for one new share.
Then the company takes that $50 and goes to the market.
Since shares only cost 40, they can buy back 1.25 shares.
Exactly. They issued one share but canceled out more than one share.
So the total number of shares out there actually goes down in this scenario.
And since the share count drops, the profit per share actually goes up.
That is exactly what makes it anti-dilutive, or like a secret boost to the numbers.
This is why the treasury stock method we were discussing is so vital.
We use that hypothetical cash to see if it clears out the new shares.
If the buyback is huge, it protects the company from looking, oh yeah, go on.